2 former soldiers have been acquitted of raping a female corporal who was found hanged in her cell at a barracks in Wiltshire. Corporal Amory Element alleged she'd been raped while stationed in Germany in 2009. Her body was found at Bulford Barracks 2 years later. 28-year-old Thomas Fulton, here on the right with a beard, and Jeremy Jones on the left were both found not guilty of 2 charges of rape. There was a heavy police presence as protesters tried to disrupt an auction of council homes in Bristol tonight. Amid rising concerns, the cost of housing is making it impossible for people on low incomes to live in the city. Bristol City Council is selling off council houses in areas like Clifton and St Pauls, arguing it's cost efficient. Only 15 homes were sold at the auction tonight, but activists say it's touched a nerve.
That we have to sell off these council houses, but it's fine because we're building other council houses on the outside of Bristol. I worry about the communities in inner Bristol who are being social cleansed, poorer people that can't afford to live there are being forced out of their own communities. That's why I'm upset, and all these people are upset as well.
11 MPs have signed a motion against Stoke Gifford Parish Council's decision to charge organisers of Parkrun at Little Stoke. The event had previously been cancelled after runners were told they'd have to pay to take part. The local authority received criticism from around the world for its decision. Now, how much food do you throw away every month? The latest figures suggest the average household is binning £470 worth of food every year. But that figure could be cut with the help of scientists at the University of the West of England, thanks to a chemical-free spray for fruit and veg. Max Walsh reports.
Free of pesticides and preservatives, this is as organic as it gets when you're trying to make food last longer. Recent trials have proved how this spray can extend the shelf life of fruit and vegetables by several days.
We produce 4 billion tonnes of food annually across the world. What we know is that up to 50% of all food we grow is wasted. It never reaches a human tummy. That's an enormous amount of waste, enormous amount of energy, enormous amount of land that is used and wasted. Our approach is tackling that wastage. Can we intervene early? Can we reduce spoilage by killing the bacteria that lives on fresh produce?
The government-funded project has ambitious plans, but its saltwater solution is relatively simple. Using an electric charge, the spray is able to remove the bacteria, which turns food rotten. But critics have questioned how natural and safe this really is. Tom is a greengrocer in Bristol, but he isn't convinced by the technology.
The whole thing about preserving fruits just for a day or two longer, I don't really see the benefit from that. I mean, maybe for a larger supermarket it might help them keep it on their shelves a bit longer, but I'm more interested in the quality and making sure that things don't have pesticides or don't have any solution on them. I'd like them to be more, the natural the better.
The group of scientists who've been working on the project since 2013 admit they're now in the persuasion phase. They know they need to convince supermarkets and suppliers to buy into it, as well as consumers to eat it.
Provided it has no unwanted side effects. And of course, with all these discoveries, things take a while to come out.
Sounds really great. You think, oh great, you know, it's great, it's going to preserve the fruit and veg, it's going to cut down on waste, and then you discover that the process of creating the spray, you know, causes more trouble than the good it does in the veg. But yeah, if it's as good as it sounds like, then, you know, why not?
While the trial may have been a success, before this new technology starts changing the world, it might need to convince a few more people first. Max Walsh, ITV News.
Bath's Roman baths are one of the West Country's most impressive sights, but the public only sees a part of them. Beneath the streets there are even more, buried and closed off for 40 years. Now the museum wants to open them up to the public, as Karen Bell reports.
The sight on all the postcards, the Great Bath of ITV. But there's more to this complex than meets the eye. Beneath York Street there are yet more facilities: hot baths, cold baths and steam rooms. The council wants to put a new learning centre on Swallow Street and a World Heritage Centre on York Street. Visitors would be able to use the excavated corridors to get to them. Enter the archaeologists.
We have to do a lot of work to bring it up to proper safety standards. But before that happens,